Hello friends, today in this tutorial we will be building a WebRTC chatting kind of an application, basically using socket.io inside Flask. So basically you can see that you can enter messages here, and also we have an option of choosing images also. So you can see two clients are connected here. I have opened the chat application in two browser windows. You can open this inside anywhere in the world. So let's suppose if I enter a message, click on send. The message will be sent in both the windows simultaneously in real time using socket.io. Click on send like this. And now I also have the option of selecting images also. So let's suppose if I choose file here, and let's suppose if I choose the image file here, you will see in both the windows the image file will be there, will be sent. Now if I select the image file here, you can see the image file will be sent here. So how we are basically transmitting these image files inside Windows, we are using base64 code out there. We are not uploading images here. Basically you can see data colon image slash png. Basically for every image that you upload there is a base64 code attached to it. So we are just catching that base64 code, and then basically we are transmitting that base64 code using socket.io. So it's a basically a chatting kind of an application where we can, you can say that it's a public chat. Anyone just go to the chat application, they can exchange messages alongside with images option also. We have the images options. You can select png jpg images also. So if you send images, um, the images will be sent in all the windows. So we are using the concept of socket.io, guys. So if you see the socket.io, it's a node.js javascript library. It has its own basically protocol. You will see it's a bidirectional protocol which allows you to build real-time applications. So we will be using it inside Flask. Flask, as you all know, it's a web application framework of Python. So basically we will be building this chatting application inside these two technologies. So I've written in the complete blog post, guys, of this application. All the source code is given in the description of this video. All the commands, all the image instructions I have illustrated in detail. If you want the full source code, you can go to the description of this video and to follow along with the instructions and copy paste all the source code. So now let's get started. We will delete all the source code here and start from scratch. So the very first thing you need to do, guys, you need to go to my blog post and simply you need to copy paste these commands out there. If you go to it, I have given these four commands out there. So you need to install these dependencies as I already shown you, flask socket.io. So these four pip commands are given to you. So you just need to execute one by one inside your system. First of all, execute this one, this one, this one, and this one. After you install all these commands, we can just create the file. So just create app.py, and here basically we will be creating a simple Flask application. So from Flask, we will be importing the Flask module, and then basically we will be starting the simple Flask app here, and we will be giving a name attribute right here. And after this, guys, we will be configuring basically a secret key. This is necessary. This secret key can be anything. You can call this as let's suppose I call this as secret. And after this, you just need to surround your app using socket.io. So you just need to import the socket.io dependency also from flask underscore socket.io. This is a base library here. From this, you just need to import the package which is socket.io. And here we just need to wrap our application inside this socket.io. And here we will pass the app reference out there like this. And then basically we can initialize our app here. So we can simply say that if name is equal to main, and in that case we can start this application. Debug, we can provide a debug option here to true. Sorry, for starting this application we have wrapped this app inside. First of all, we can set this option which is app.debug. You can set it to true for logging the messages, and then we can start this application socket.io. And there is a run method out there in order to run this application, and we will simply pass the app reference. That's all. And now if you go to the command line out there, if you say python app.py, you will see your application will start on port 5000. And now we just need to write a simple show a simple template file whenever user goes to the home page. So here we will simply say here app.route, and here we will simply say this or initialize this route here, and inside this index method out there we will be showing a simple template. So here we will be making use of a method called as render template. So here we can just initialize it from the Flask library, base library. We can just import this, and from this we can simply load any file here. We can simply load the file which is index.html. So here for this we just need to create a templates folder. So just create a templates folder, and right here inside this just create index.html file here. And right here inside this file, guys, this will be a basic HTML file out there, and you can change the title. Let's suppose a chatting app. And basically we will be including the CDN for socket.io. So you can go to the description of this video to on my blog post where I've given the CDN of this socket.io library. I have just copy pasted it so that we can access socket.io at the client site. So inside this we will have a simple form element here, and we will be giving ID to it of form. Inside this we will have a input field where we can write our text message. We will be giving a ID to it of input, and placeholder will say that enter text message like this. And basically after this we also have the option to upload an image as well. So this will be input type file. We will be giving a ID image. That's it. So here we will only be accepting image files. So we will simply say image slash colon star. So this basically say that we are only accepting image files. And then we will have a simple button to submit the form. So we will say button type submit, and we will simply say send message. That's it. So this is basically a simple input field out there, guys. And after this form, we will have a unordered list where we will be displaying all the chat messages. So we will be giving ID to it of messages. This will be empty by default. That's all. This is basically the form, guys, index.html. So now if you load this file, if you python app.py, so it will start this application. And now if you go to the chat, you will see the form here. Here we can enter the chat message, or we can also select the image file. This is basically the button. If you click this button, nothing will happen because we haven't written the post route. We need to write the JavaScript code right here. So right here, just include the JavaScript file here. So script.js. So just make script.js. So here we will write the JavaScript code. So here, guys, we will initialize the socket here. We will initialize input output and store the socket reference. And also we will be getting the reference of the form element by the ID. And also the input element reference we can get by the ID that we have given here, input. And also we can get the image element where we will select the image files, document.get element by ID, which is image. That's all. So right here, guys, we will be initializing a simple event listener. So we will have form.add event listener. So we will be initializing a submit event. So when the form is submitted, we will be having this event object. This automatically this callback function will execute, and inside this, first of all, we just need to prevent the auto submission of the form, and then we need to get the actual message which the user has written. If they have written input.value like this, we will get the message. And basically here we will be emitting the message socket.emit. And in order to emit a message to the backend server, Flask server, we will be using this emit method out there of the socket object. So if you are familiar with socket.io, emit basically it's a method by which we can uh, send some instruction to the backend. So here, this is the name of the event. You can call this anything, but we will be calling at message, and we will be passing the value, which is the actual message like this. So basically this is the input here. So whatever, if the user has written any text message, we are sending it to the backend team. You can see backend Flask server like this. Now we just need to, after this, we just need to clear out the input field. So we will say input value, nothing like this. And now we just need to catch this event that we are sending it to the Flask server. So now we just need to go to app.py file here, and here we just need to listen for this. For listening this event, guys, there is a decorator function in Flask which is socket.io on, and here we will be giving the event name that we have given inside script.js. So this is called as message. So here also we need to call it as message. So here we are listening for this event message. So whenever this message comes, we will handle this, handle message. We will receive this message like this, and inside this we will print this on the console. We can simply say received message like this and concatenate like this, and then basically we can send this message. So now in order to send this to the all the connected clients, we can use the send method. Basically it contains a method right here. If you see inside flask underscore socket.io package, there is a method which is send. So here we can import this method, and now we can simply call this method right here in order to send a event to all the connected clients. We will send this message and we will broadcast this message. So there is a broadcast property in the second argument, broadcast like this. So basically guys, this is the property we just need to give here. It's a Boolean parameter. We will set it to true. So it will broadcast this message to all the connected clients. So we will be sending this event out there, which is called as message. So now we just need to show this message on the screen. So here, once again, go to index.html, and right here inside your script.js, we will handle this event coming socket.on by, we will be listening it the event here by socket.on. In order to send it, we will use socket.emit, but for listening, we are using socket.on. So here we will be listening it for, sorry, the message event that we are receiving. So socket.on message. And here we will be getting this value of this message in the callback function. And right here, we just need to create a list item, and we need to just create dynamically here. We can make use of document create element and create li, and then we can manipulate the text content of the li, just initialize it to the message, and then basically we can show it on the screen. So document dot get element id, which messages, which is the unordered list where we are showing all the messages here. We are targeting it, and basically we can show it on top of the, we are showing the latest message. So for that we will not use append, we will not use this, we will use prepend. So this will show the latest message on top of the screen. So li, that's all. So now guys, what will happen if you now refresh your application? If you now go to the chat application, if you now open this chat application in two windows, so what will happen? Let me start this application. So now you will see that two clients will be connected here. This is the first client, this is the second client. Let me do it side by side. So if you see, basically if I write a message out there, if I say here click send message, so it will say what happened. Let me see. I think some wrong things. Let me see. The server. Okay, I think it cannot find that file, which is script.js. We have included this. I think you just need to transfer this file that we have written, this JavaScript code, right here inside the file itself. Just transfer it right here, guys. So I think you can't write in separate files the JavaScript code. So just transfer it in the same file, in the HTML file. And now if you refresh it, and if you have these two files out there, now if I refresh it, so if I enter the text message, click send message, let me see what happens right here. I think I need to restart the application for this changes to take place. So now you can see that if I enter a message here, you can see that the message is transferred on both the screens out there. If I now enter a message from this screen, you will see that the latest message is coming upwards here. This is this is doing because of the prepend method that we have used here. If you see, we have used this prepend method. That's why the latest message is coming on the screen. So you can see that, guys, this is the real-time chatting. Messages are going pretty good now. Now we just need to do the same process for the images as well. If I select any image here out there, I need to display this image. So for doing that, it's very simple. We will be now be listening for the images event. So right here, we will be now be doing it for the image. And right here inside your JavaScript, we will be adding a input listener to the image input field out there. We have got the reference here. We are storing it inside image input. So we just need to initialize a event handler, which is simply change. So whenever the file is changed out there, this event will execute. Again, we just need to prevent the auto submission of the form, or we don't need to do right here. So we just need to select the file which is selected. So we will simply declare image input dot files 0. So this will select the file which the user has selected, and then we will make use of the file reader API, file reader, in order to read the image file and in order to read its base64 code. So here we will simply say reader dot add event listener. So whenever it loaded, this callback function will execute, and inside this we will emit the base64 code of the image to the server. So here we will be emitting an event called as image and reader dot result. This contains the base64 code of the image, and we will start the reader process. So we will simply say reader read as data URL like this, and we will pass the actual image file. That's all. So what it is doing, guys, it is first of all capturing the image file, and it is calling this method which is reading the base64 code of the image. Every image file has some base64 code, unique code, and there we are just emitting this base64 code to the Flask web server, socket.io server. We are passing this value. Now we just need to catch this value inside your app.py. So here we will be listening it for the event out there, which is socket.io. On this time, the event is image event. So whatever name that you given here, if you see, we have given image here. So we are listening it for the image event. So here we will be now be handling the image. So handle image. We will be having this image right here. So what we need to do right here, guys, you can call this as image data, which is a base64 data. And for this, we can simply print out received message or received image data. Then we can concatenate image data. And now we just need to transfer this image data back to the client. So for emitting, there is also emit function as well, guys. So we just need to import this from flask underscore socket.io. And here this time we just need to use the emit function, and here we will be emitting this image data. We will call this as image, and then this will be equal to, we will pass this base64 data here, and the third parameter, which is again called as broadcast. So we will be transferring this base64 data to all the screens. So this broadcast is equal to true. That's all. So this will add this real-time functionality. Now we just need to listen for this event inside our client side. So we will be listening it again. We will be saying socket.on, this time listening for the image event. And now we just need to display the image on the screen. So we will uh, receive this base64 data as the second argument. And right here, with the help of this, we can construct the message. We can create dynamic li element here. And basically we can make the image element here. We can create this using document.createElement image. And then basically we can manipulate the source property. This is the base64 data here, which is image underscore data. And then we can set the image width to any value. Let's suppose I set to 300 and the height to also 300. And then we can add this image, li append child, first of all append the image to the li tag, and then we can show the latest image by using prepend method. Again prepend, and we can simply pass this prepend to li. That's all. So this completes the application, guys. So now if I reload the application and if I try to now select images also, let me see. Let me start this application once again, python app.py. So app is started. Just refresh the application. Now if I try to send text messages, now if I select images, you will see the image will be shown in both the browsers. And now let me select text message. You will see that. Let me select a image file. You will see that. So in this easy way, guys, you can build out a real-time chatting application with image sending support as well inside Flask using socket.io. This is a step-by-step application we have built. All the source code is given in the description of this video where I've written complete blog post. Please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.